Hello, this is a new show called Breaking Barriers. This show is about gender equality, and we're going to be talking about the problems that women of all ages face all over the country and the world. We're going to be interviewing political leaders, women in the community, and various women from organizations that empower women and girls. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Taylor Kane. I'm going to be a senior at Lenape. I'm really involved in my school and the community. I'm a member of the Girls Advisory Council at the Alice Paul Institute, which is a group that empowers teenage girls and teaches them about feminism. And I'm very passionate about feminism, so that's a little bit about me.
Hi, I'm Annie Wickstead. I'm an upcoming sophomore at Morristown High School. I'm also a participant at clubs in my school, and I'm a violist, swimmer, and feminist, and I'm also in the Girls Advisory Council at the Alice Paul Institute. So now that we've introduced ourselves, we'd like to introduce our first guest on the show, Linda Marriott Wiest. We chose Linda because we think that she's a great role model for young girls who are hoping to make a difference in their own communities, such that Linda has also done her community of Maple Shade as well. Linda is currently the manager of the Maple Shade Business Association, and she's been extremely successful in that role, breaking down barriers herself. And she won the Burlington County Chamber of Commerce's Chairman's Award of Excellence in 2014. Not to mention, she also has her own business. So welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So could you tell us a little bit about the Maple Shade Business Association and what you do as manager?
Certainly. The Maple Shade Business Association has been an organization since October of 1997. I have been the manager since January of 1998. My position is basically to run the organization. I do have a board that works with me, or I should say I work with them. I meet the new businesses as they come into town, meet them, ask them to join. We work to network together. Our goal is to make the business conditions better in Maple Shade by working together. We have a lot of different organizations, a lot of different things that we do, such as like a car show along with the sidewalks sale. We do have happy hours, we do have monthly membership meetings and networking nights that we do.
That's great.
So how did you become interested in business?
Well, my grandparents started a business in Camden back in 1947. They were printers. I grew up in that business. When I turned about 18, I started selling wedding invitations in their business in Camden at a front desk after watching my grandmother do it for years. Then I took, Camden was certainly no place where we were located, was no place that we could have evening hours. So I opened up a satellite office here in Maple Shade and ran that business. I started out as Acme Craftsman wedding invitations and accessories for years. That we started in Maple Shade in 1986, and then I believe it was in about 2001 we changed the name to Land Printing Services, and we've just specialized in invitations since then, and just it's basically from watching my parents.
Oh. So, do you have kids yourself? I mean, you seem like a pretty busy person, and I know it's hard to balance having a full-time job and having kids. So, could you tell us a little bit about how you were able to do that?
Sure. Well, I have two daughters, and they are 31 and 32 now. So I'm not
Close
juggling
sisters.
that anymore. But being my own business, owning my own business, I had the great advantage of being the kind of somewhat stay-at-home mom / business owner. I was able to work my business around raising my kids. I was able to get them off to school, give them breakfast, get them to school, pick them up after school. I would work during school hours, pick them up after school, and then I would set up evening appointments but it's really what my business allowed by selling wedding invitations. Most of my customers were at night, so I would set up evening hours and then go to work when their father was home to watch them.
Yeah, that seems like a good thing about having your own business, because it could be a little more flexible, with like being able to take care of your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Sick days and
Yeah, and a lot of times in certain things I would be able to bring them in with me on a sick day maybe. I would be able to accommodate that. But that is quite a challenge that many women not everybody has that luxury.
Yeah. Sometimes when I would like be home from sick from school, my mom, she worked at a law firm, and she'd have to bring me, and I would just bring this little like this little couch bed, and I would just lay in her office on the floor.
Yeah, the sick days were good because the kids
Yeah.
would just kind of be, there, and you could kind of watch them.
Yeah.
But
So
quality of women and everything that women are about, I believe that we can do anything we set our mind to. I believe that we play a very important role in this world. And I think that it's really time for, it's wonderful to hear what you're doing, because a lot of young girls do need that empowerment, that it can be done.
So, how do you feel that women are underrepresented in business and politics? Oh, also you mentioned to me that you've seen like a growth in women in business, and you feel like
I have.
Yeah.
I have seen. I believe that women, like that commercial was years ago, you've come a long way, baby. I believe that we have come a long way. And I believe that there is definitely a growth with women in business. I mean, look at it. How many moms are stay at home? There's not that
Yeah.
many. Every family is,
working. Yeah.
both parents are working. So there's all of those women in the workforce. And they're doing it. It's a challenge. It's not an easy thing. But I definitely believe that women are there's much more of a presence. And I believe that it's being accepted. I
Yeah.
think that people can see the value that we bring.
are there any present day issues regarding women that you feel particularly passionate about?
I know I think we have to take a short commercial break, so we can go back on that after the break.
Great.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at Experian.co.uk.
Here at Freppi's Tex-Mex, you can definitely taste the freshness in our food. You should definitely come to Freppi's because it's a great place. You can bring your family, very kid-friendly. All my servers are amazing, friendly people. Everyone here is just happy to serve, and I think it shows. The thing that sets us apart is the quality and freshness of our food. And I think once you try it, you'd be coming back. I'm Joe DeSario, co-owner of Freppi's Tex-Mex in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents. Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and you're back on Breaking Barriers.
So, Linda, before the break, I asked you if there was any particular women's issue today that you feel particularly passionate about. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Sure. I would say that it's the good old standard one. I would like us to be treated equally with the jobs and with the pay. And I think that if we were all treated equally for the job that needs to be done, I think that working together that way, we would really accomplish a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big reason we need the Equal Rights Amendment too.
Yeah.
To ensure things like that. Yeah, more like equality in the law. I feel like that's the first step to like getting
socially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would be the guideline.
Yeah.
You know, and that would help it to come along.
Yeah. So we mentioned that you won the Burlington County Chamber of Commerce's Chairman's Award of Excellence. So, can you describe a little bit, like, what led up to you winning that award?
Sure. The Chairman's Award of Excellence is awarded to someone that goes above and beyond in the mission of the Burlington County Chamber. I worked for probably about 2 years with the Chamber and with the Board of the Bridge Commission and the Board of Freeholders with bringing in the Shop Burlington County First Buy Local program. There's a program out there now. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I surely hope that you have. It is shopburlingtoncounty.com is where you can go to find out things about it. It's just basically sending the message how important it is to keep our money in the town, in the county, in the state in which we live in. And shop that small business. I'm all about small businesses, so shop that small business first is much more important for the economy locally and through the county.
Could you expand why you feel that small businesses are so important?
Well, the small businesses are really, I feel, are our backbone. If you take a look around, the small businesses have such a service to our small towns. If you drive through Morristown, you're from Morristown, if you drive through, you'll see all the small, they used to be called mom and pop shops. You'll see those, they're family businesses, they hire the neighbors. They're the ones that give back to the community. In Maple Shade, as the manager of the Business Association, we have many, I probably shouldn't say names, we have many big box stores. On a given, we can go to any of our business-owned, family-owned businesses. They're giving back to the community. They're making the donation to the high school. They're putting the ad in the playbook. They're making the donation for the parades, for the fire 100-year anniversary parade, for the town sports for the kids. The big box stores aren't. So they're really important to keep your community knitted together.
Yeah, I feel like people really don't appreciate or even think about the small businesses that do those things, but it's definitely important. Like, it's an important thing that you're doing, helping the small businesses and making them the best that they can be. So,
right. Through the Buy Local program, there was a study done, and I believe, have not looked there lately, but I believe on the website, the shopburlingtoncounty.com, it does tell you how much money a small business puts back into the town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as opposed to a big box store. I mean, they're just not involved in the town like the small businesses. And many times you'll see the small business, they're the person that's involved in the Chamber of Commerce, the Burlington County Chamber, or in the Morristown Business Association, Maple Shade Business Association, the Marlton. They're the small business owners. Do
you think they're on the rise? Like, do you think small businesses are becoming more popular?
That's a tough question because it's really hard to start a small business now. I mean,
it seems like it.
Yeah, it's very costs a lot of money. There's taxes, there's the expenses. One of the biggest downfalls that I see with people starting a business is they don't have a good business plan. You need a good business plan so that you know what's heading out in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year, what your goal is, what it's going to cost to upstart it. I would say we're kind of like just at a standstill right now. In Maple Shade, we've had many of them closing. They're just not able to do, to withstand the economy.
How many employees would like, what's the line between a small business or, like,
to the level of employees?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I think you're considered small if you're under 20 employees, and then it goes up from there.
So what advice would you give a woman who wants to become as involved in the community as you are? Because obviously we can tell you're really involved in Maple Shade and Burlington County.
Well, if you want to become involved in the community, if you're a business owner, it's easy. Just raise your hand. If you're not a business owner, if you just live in the community and you want to be involved, you need to just kind of take a look at what organizations are out there, what they're doing. You want to do some research of what they're doing. And you want to get involved in something that's your passion. You know, you don't, if you really enjoy working with the children and you know, you love parades and events, the Halloween parade and Christmas things, then, you know, get involved with something through the township that organizes those. You don't want to put yourself in a place where, you know, you're in charge of the website if that's not anything that's your passion. So you want to go for what your passion is and see where there's help needed and apply that way.
Yeah, that's great advice, Linda. So we'll be right back after this commercial break with some more questions.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. Theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
Hi, I'm Levon.
And I'm Dev.
And we are the hosts of Worship Unplugged Live.
Worship Unplugged Live is a live showcase that displays singers, musicians, spoken word artists. It's going to be phenomenal.
So stay tuned to Radio Vision Network. We can't wait to have you join us.
See you soon.
Stephanie Milan, host of Read All About It. I interview authors of all kinds about their journeys of writing and the struggles that they face. You can watch my show at 12 p.m. on Wednesdays. Tune in to Radio Vision Networks. We hope to see you then.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum,
bum. Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Hi, I'm Annie and this is Taylor, and today we're interviewing Linda Marriott Wiest, who is the manager of the Maple Shade Business Association. So, Linda, what advice would you give to young girls who are looking to follow your career path?
Well, that's tricky. So my career path has pretty much been all volunteer. I have run my own business, so certainly to anyone that's interested in starting their own business, I think that's wonderful. Like I said earlier, I would get a business plan together and do some research. Of course, it's a wide question, not knowing what the business would be. And then the next step is there's no greater reward than giving to your community. It's just a passion that I'm all about. My job is, as the manager, is mostly, there's an awful lot of volunteer over and above, beyond just the position of managing the organization. Giving back to the community that you live in is just so rewarding.
So what would you say the best thing about volunteering is?
The best thing for me about volunteering is the feeling of giving back to the community, of accomplishing something and working together, because it's usually always with a group.
Yeah.
We in Maple Shade, we have a fantastic group of people, mostly all business owners that all work together. They're members of the association. We have a couple other organizations. We have the Advisory Board of Commerce. We all work together and better everything that we can. And that's the reward.
You said it was very important to get a business plan, like a good foundation for when you started a business. What would you suggest, like how would you stay organized and how would you get that rolling? Like how would you start your own business plan?
Well, your business plan is like you're gonna put into documentation your dream. What it is you want the business to do. What is the service? What is the product? What are your hours going to be? How many people do you think you're going to need to do this? How much money do you think this is going to cost to get this up and running and open? What are your goals in, how long is that going to take? And then what are your goals in 3 months after you're open? What, in 6 months you want to add this next product to it. It's writing down, documenting what your thoughts are, your plans are. And in that way, it gives you a guideline. Instead of just spinning your wheels, you know that this month, this is what my goal is. I need to do this, this, and this to get this place open. And then in the first month, I need to reach out to this person, this person, this person to keep it going. A good business plan is really, really very helpful for your success.
I feel like anyone who opens a business has to be like a good leader. So what do you think makes a good leader or role model?
Well, self-confidence is what you need first, I would think. You have the self-confidence, the character in yourself. To open a business, not everybody has that. A lot of people, it's amazing how many people open a business without that. Sometimes you can find it along the way. I think that self-confidence helps you all along the road.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So when you started your own business, were there any difficulties that standed out that you faced?
Well, for me, I took a spin-off from my grandparents and my parents' business. But when I made it my own, I did need to come up with my own plan because our business was a printing business that had a wedding invitation counter. So when I took over the wedding invitations, I did have to make a plan. And in that plan, I had to figure out how I was going to find as many brides as I could find. So I got into bridal shows. And then the bridal shows were so successful for me that I joined up with somebody and helped them run the shows. So that way I could be sure that I was the one in the shows. I continued the growth that way, and networking. We didn't talk yet about networking, but networking is a huge thing because you need in the wedding invitation is a great example for this, is that I needed to know every person that sold gowns, every photographer, every video guy, and every florist, every wedding service person that I possibly could know so that they would refer me. I would refer them and they would refer me. So I just surrounded myself through networking with strong people.
So do you have any networking tips? Like what do you think is the most important thing, how you can stand out?
Well, I think the most important thing you can do is go into a room and hold your head up high and smile and greet people. Say hello, how are you? Hand out your hand, put your hand out, give them a business card, and engage in some conversation. Hi, how are you? What do you do? This is what I do. It can be a little intimidating the first time. So I would say someone that's first doing it, maybe to go as a buddy system, like the two of you. Go into the room, and then that way when you're kind of a little stuck on what's the next thing, then Annie, you can pick up the slack and say hi, bring something else to the conversation.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing is, the worst thing to do is to go and just stay amongst yourself, your comfort zone. In networking, you always want to go out and you kind of want to work the room. You want to get through the room. You have no idea who's in there and who can help you and who you can create a bond with.
We should use those tips sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry.
Do you want
I'll do the quote of the day. Okay. So our quote of the day is, "If you are a strong man, you shouldn't feel threatened by a strong woman," which was said by Barack Obama. How do you feel about this quote?
Well, I totally agree with it. I feel that men and women bring different things to the table. And I think that if a strong man were sitting there and a strong woman came to the table, but her confidence, her knowledge, they could be treated equally and work together. Can you only imagine what the changes in this world could be? So there's no reason to be, we need both. We need strong men and strong women. We need equality.
Do you see that in your own business association? Do you think that the men and women work well together?
Absolutely. I absolutely see that. We that's something I think that you find with the small businesses. I think we all work well together. I really don't have one example of
a situation where...
No.
Well, this was a great interview, so thank you for coming on our show, Linda. It was great having you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You're very inspiring to both of us.
Thank you. Well, you're inspiring to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Breaking Barriers. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Annie, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.